You can do 1,000 crunches a day and never see a single ab. Not because you're doing it wrong, but because abs aren't built in the gym. They're revealed in the kitchen. Everyone already has a six-pack. The muscle is there right now, under a layer of fat, and whether you can see it comes down to one number: your body fat percentage. So what number do you actually need to hit? The honest answer is lower than most people hope, and for women, chasing too low is genuinely dangerous. Let's weigh it up. Section 1. You already have abs. Start with the thing nobody tells you. You already have abs. The rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscle, is there in every single person, regardless of fitness level. It doesn't appear when you train it. It's always present. What changes is the layer of subcutaneous fat sitting on top of it. That's the whole game. Abs become visible only when the fat covering them gets thin enough to see the muscle underneath. Which means the question isn't, how do I build abs? It's how much fat do I need to lose to uncover the ones I already have? And that's a body fat percentage question, not a crunch question. Section 2. The numbers for men. Let's get specific, starting with men, because the research here is consistent. For most men, the first faint outline of the upper abs starts to appear around 14 to 15% body fat. A clearly defined, visible six-pack typically shows up at 10 to 12%. And below 10%, we're into the deep-cut, vascular competition stage look, which importantly is very hard to maintain and isn't necessary for health or for most people's goals. So the honest target for a man who wants visible abs is roughly 10 to 14%. Not impossibly lean, but leaner than the average person realizes. For context, a lot of people who consider themselves in decent shape are sitting around 18 to 22%, where the abs are still fully covered. Section 3. The numbers for women and why they're different. Now women, and this is the part the internet routinely gets wrong and even dangerous. For women, a faint ab outline begins around 20 to 22% body fat. A clear definition comes in around 16 to 20%. And those numbers being higher than men's is not because women are less lean or not trying hard enough. It's biology. Women carry more essential fat, the baseline your body needs for hormone production and reproductive health, around 10 to 13%, versus just 2 to 5% in men. A woman at 20% is roughly as lean as a man at around 12%. Same leanness, different number. So when a fitness video tells a woman to chase 12% body fat to get shredded, it's giving her a male target, and that's where it gets harmful. Section 4. The safety line. Because here's what genuinely matters more than the aesthetic. For women, dropping below about 16% body fat should be approached with real caution, and going below roughly 14% can cause serious problems: hormonal disruption, loss of your menstrual cycle, bone density loss, and chronic fatigue. This isn't a push through it situation, it's your body losing fat it actually needs to function. Most women should not be aiming below 18% long term. So the honest framing for women isn't how low can I go? It's a visible, athletic midsection that is achievable at 16 to 20%. That's a healthy and sustainable place to be. And chasing the stage lean look that men can survive is a route to hurting yourself. We are not telling you what to do with your body, but the research on this is unambiguous, and any video that ignores it is selling you something at your own expense. Section 5. Why two people at the same percent look different. One more honest complication. Body fat percentage isn't the whole story because genetics plays a big role. Two people at the exact same body fat percentage can look completely different. 3 reasons. 1, where you store fat. Some people hold fat in the belly and lose it there last, so they need to get leaner overall before abs show. 2, muscle development. A thicker, more developed rectus abdominis pushes through the fat layers sooner. 3, ab genetics themselves, the number of segments, their symmetry, whether you get a clean 6 versus an uneven 4, is largely inherited. You can't change the shape you were dealt. So if your abs come in slightly uneven, that's genetics, not failure. And no amount of training rearranges them. Section 6. So, how do you actually get there? So, how do you actually lower body fat to the ab range? Nothing you haven't heard from us before, because the fundamentals don't change. You can't spot reduce. Crunches build the muscle, but don't burn the fat sitting on top of it, which we covered in the spot reduction video. What reveals abs is lowering your overall body fat, a sustainable calorie deficit, enough protein to hold on to muscle while you lose fat, resistance training, and patience, because depending on your starting point, this is months, not weeks. The abs were never the hard part. The body fat is. So, the honest answer, to see abs, men generally need to reach about 10 to 14% body fat, women about 16 to 20, and for women, lower is not better. It's dangerous. Everyone already has the muscle. Genetics decides the shape. And the only thing standing between you and visible abs is the fat on top, which comes off through the same boring, sustainable fundamentals, not through crunches or a number on a clock. Decide whether that number is worth it for you. For some people, it absolutely is. For others, lean and healthy is a better goal than visible six-pack, and there's no shame in choosing it. We're weighing it up. We read the research so you can set a goal that's real and safe. If this gave you the honest number, subscribe and tell us what's your actual target.